All right, it's nice to see you guys again.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed yesterday. I'm sorry that that wasn't on the schedule. Apparently, set a schedule with me having a day off from getting to see y'all. But no, it was a good last couple of days. You know, I thought today was we've had two very physical, tough, kind of grueling practices just with what we were looking for. I thought our guys, they responded well. I mean, we've had. You look at which side of the ball. I mean, both sides are showing improvement. They're showing growth. We got to continue to be more efficient and effective with our fundamentals, our technique. I like the playmaking that is happening on both sides, and that's. But as we continue to go through this, it's that constant push, right? That when you feel good, when everything's going your way, and you got to continue to elevate your game. Whenever you get knocked down, you got to understand how to respond and go and make the next play better. And just really like this team. I like the way they're working. We still got a long way to go, until we're ready for kickoff in game one. But it's they're working. They're working the way that I was hopeful that they would work, and I see that confidence continuing to grow. Love you too, buddy.
Byron Turner, someone that you praised off of the scrimmage, has he carried that over the last couple days, especially today?
He has. Byron is somebody that we needed to step up. He was kind of one of those guys that, I don't know if I've said it publicly, but it was kind of one of those guys we're looking at. I think him and Gilbert, both those guys have gotten so much better through the summer. With what we're doing. Byron dealt with some injuries last year, so it kind of hurt him a little bit on just his progression of development. But man, he is explosive. He was one of the, going back and watching the film from the scrimmage, he was one of the, I'd say, stars of the scrimmage just for how impactful he was. I mean, disruptive. Was disruptive in the run game. Obviously showed some explosiveness in the passing game, getting to the quarterback. Still some technique and fundamental things that he's going to have to be more consistent with. But I think him, I think Gilbert, was really taking another step in his game, which obviously does a lot to benefit. Having those four guys really establish themselves, and then we get a lot of versatility and growth with some of those other defensive linemen. At the end position.
Coach Johnson was talking about where you guys are on the timeline of install. When it comes to installing new plays, are these things that you've had in mind, maybe from years past, or these new ideas and concepts?
I try to group things, as I plan a fall camp, of different situations. So we try to install according to situation as much as possible. But then there's sometimes that we'll see something that. We like, or maybe wanted to take a look at that is in summer study or spring, and so I want to make sure that our players are able to go out there and play fast. Our mistakes going to happen, yes. Sometimes it's almost necessary, but for that to occur early. But the way our guys have approached the work. They've embraced the mental part of it. Our walkthroughs at night have been, a lot of intensity. I think they're doing a good job in the meeting room. We're not having just a ton of busts that are showing up now. Technical things that we got to be better at. But we're some of the newcomers. It's a lot for them. But I think they've done a really nice job, and I like how our installation's going, and we'll continue to build towards that all the way to the first game.
What is the second part of camp about now? You guys kind of have
getting better. Just that's it. It's the same thing as the first part was. We're establishing identity, toughness, everything for 25 practices is just to put ourselves in the best position to go play our best. All right, whenever we get to kick it off there in Orlando, and that's my only concern. That's all I'm worried about, because if we do that, I got a lot of confidence in this team. I got a lot of confidence in what they can do. So we've got to, regardless of even on the off days. Whenever we have meetings, we got to get better, and if we could do that, then this is this team will put itself in a good position.
It seems like y'all played a lot as a freshman.
AZ, you said?
Yeah, but sometimes when a guy plays a lot as a freshman, maybe it's hard to make another jump.
Oh no, he's not one of those guys. He's taken a great jump. You see his physical development. he's a versatile defensive back. I mean, he's so long. What he does at corner, he also has some ability to be able to move inside and do different things. Just matchup wise, he's a guy that embraces the technique. And he's got the physical tools to really do some great things. I love his competitiveness. There's been some plays where a receiver's got him or this, and I mean, you see the next play that he's working to make the adjustment, and that's a good mark of a defensive back. But I mean, he's been so consistent through this fall camp, and he's just constantly getting better. So yeah, he continues on with what he's doing. Young man's got a great future in front of him.
In general, is that competitiveness kind of what you're seeing consistently from the DB room?
Yeah, and they have to. There's so many talented guys. I mean, you look. What was it? Five newcomers, 5 or 6 newcomers that have joined, and I mean, every one of them, like, they're gonna play good football here at Florida State. I mean, some of them maybe earlier, some of them, as they continue to develop and grow. But it's a fun group to watch. And then you take that with the experience that we have returning. It's an old and veteran group, and so. It's really a good dynamic, and so guys are showing up. What I love is, you see guys that have played a lot of football. Renardo Green having a really good camp. I mean, you see him, you see Kevin Noles, Shaim, who's kind of taking that next step. But I mean, they're not only focusing on what they're doing, but they're also trying to help impact and elevate the younger guys. Greedy Vance is a guy that I think's done a really nice job as well. And just what he's done and the plays that he's made. So we're progressing well, and there's a lot of competition in that room.
It seems like things happen in practices, and sometimes guys get. I'm sorry.
Kurt's taking it. Go ahead. He said.
It seemed like DJ Lundy's been in position around the ball, making a lot of plays the last few days. After kind of the body transformation that he went through, have you seen him kind of round out his game?
No, he's playing at a very high level, and he was another guy coming out of the scrimmage. Even followed it up yesterday. I mean, it's just. I love where DJ's game's at, and he's in best shape of his life. Now he's got good body weight. I mean, it's not saying he's lost a lot of weight. I mean, he's sitting there pushing in the mid 240s, but running better than he ever has. And he's just the conditioning element of it, really in all ways. I mean, he's setting himself up for a great year.
When things happen during practice, you guys end up kind of getting thrown into the fire with older guys or first teamers or second teamers. Have you liked the way those guys have handled those situations?
They have. I mean, I think it's there's probably some nerves, some anxiety when that happens in the moment. But I think you see the assistance of older guys. Whether it's helping in communication, whether it's making sure that we're hitting all things before snap that we can control, and then the guys got to go play. And right now it is fast for a few of them, of the newcomers, but then there's guys that have really jumped in and just embraced it all. And it is, like I said, we've been very aggressive on our installation. And for guys that just got here in the summer, some guys that just got here in fall, it's impressive to see the volume that they can carry. Now it's just continuing to get detailed in the fundamental execution.
What impresses you most about how Brock Lane goes about his practice?
He just, for a young player at his age, his maturity. I told him walking off the field, I love the way that he takes coaching. It's a constant, challenge to himself, but he is looking for all things that he can get to be better. And if he makes a mistake, you usually don't see him make it again. And that is a great trait for a young man. He's got talent, he's got ability, but you're really seeing him take another step in his game here early in his career, just because of the way that he's working, and he doesn't let anything really rattle him. He's got a lot of things he got to improve on, and he's got a lot of growing that's in front of him. But just his mindset's pretty dang impressive.
Jordan Travis has had that helmet cam on the last couple of days. How does that help him as a teaching tool for him and the other quarterbacks too?
Yeah, we try to utilize all resources. Just finding different ways, perspectives. Whether it's different cameras, different angles. So I think it's been very productive. For not only for the quarterback's perspective, but also some things for the running backs. Also some things for just how to communicate. That we can use Jordan's example. So it's been good.
It seemed like Jordan and Johnny were really locked in today. What do you think about
I mean, it needs to be a good one. And but what I love is you see the intensity. I mean, this is it's practice 11, and they went out like it was a championship game. That's what it needs to be, because if we could do that, we could consistently show up with that. I mean, it's just, it's going to make it that much better when game time gets here, just in the confidence of what we're asking them to do. All right, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
Hi, Zane.